Good morning, everyone. So today I want to share with you something that I call management a la carte. So if you're an associate dentist working in a practice, especially in a large practice, and you decide to interfere with management, that's what I call it management a la carte. So instead of taking the whole full menu of management stuff, you're picking and choosing certain areas that you want to manage yourself. So first, for credibility, my name is Khaled. I have been a dentist for 20 years. I own my own dental practice, Lakeside Dental Spa in Harvey Bay in Queensland. And I've been running my practice for the last 14 years. And I took it from 1 chair to 10 chairs, from 3 staff members to close to 40 staff members. So I'll give you an example. So you could be working as an associate in a practice, and you have one DA that's working with you, and this DA is asking for a pay raise, for example, and she went to the practice owner, asked for a pay raise, probably got declined or something. Then the DA went to you to ask you to talk to the owner about their pay raise. And you're trying to be nice and thought, you know what, I will write an email to the owner or approach them about pay raise. What happens is it complicates the HR process in the practice. So let's assume you did that. The owner might come to you and say, no, I can't do that, I'm sorry. You'll go back to the DA, which ideally they should not be talking to you about their pay or even their pay raise or anything like that. And you deliver the news, and then it creates more resentment because now second time has been rejected. Let's assume you're in another different practice, not my practice, of course, where the owner will say, okay, you know what, I understand that, yeah, she's very loyal, thank you for the feedback, I will give her a pay raise. Then all the other DAs in the practice will feel there's an unfair treatment there, and they will start to talk to their favorite associate to approach the owner as well, and it will create a massive headache to the HR process in this practice. Another thing as well, where there could be conflict between 2 staff members, and you as a clinician want to step in and help this conflict, and you go and approach each staff member and you try to resolve the conflict between them, and then the conflict end up being a lot worse, or you end up getting dragged into the conflict. So that's called, again, management a la carte, where you're just picking and choosing one aspect of management, ignoring the firing, ignoring the hiring, ignoring the feedback process, ignoring the warning process, ignoring payrolls, ignoring rostering, ignoring all the other process of management as a whole, and you're choosing one key element in management. That's management a la carte. Another example is business as well, where let's say, and this example happened to me before, where one associate was against the idea of having emergency and new patient exams pre-blocks. So for example, they will see a patient requires some crowns or fillings, they can't fit them in because we have pre-blocks for new patients basically, and they violate all those new blocks and start booking their patients in the new patients. And when they approach me for advice, I advise them, look, you know, if you do that, you'll end up losing. You'll get your patients pre-blocks, yes, but it will come a time where you will feel your appointment book is much more empty than other clinicians, because simply you don't have the same flow of new patients anymore. And that actually happened, but they were very resistant initially. It's like, oh, I don't care, I'll just do it anyway. And then they come back a few weeks later, like, hey, why my appointment book is empty? Why it's not full? Again, because you chose one key in management, which one management topic in the whole menu. Instead of doing the whole menu of managing a practice, you chose management a la carte, which didn't work in the long run. My advice to you, avoid management a la carte. Any HR stuff, leave it to the HR. If the practice has an HR manager or HR person, or the practice owner themselves, it's not your job to fix conflict in the practice between staff members. It's not your job to fix their pay issues or their holiday issues or any grievance within the staff. It's not your job to fix it as an associate. It's your job, if they approach you, to get yourself out of the situation and guide them to go through the ideal process of going to the practice owner or going to the HR to go through it properly. Business-wise, you gotta trust the process sometimes. If you work in a practice successful and the management or the owners or the owner shows sign of success, sometimes you have to trust the process for a while first and test it out before you provide suggestions. If it's not working for you, of course you can provide suggestions. If the suggestions are impacting you negatively, then you need to go back to the original process or decide to leave from the practice and find another practice, or even start your own practice eventually. My key message is, if you want to manage fully, which means go to the practice owner and say, hey, I want to manage staff. Do you have an opening for a practice manager? If they say no, find a practice where you can be a full-time practice manager, or avoid management completely and just focus on your dentistry, focus on what you can do best. Put your energy and your time on your best skill, which is dentistry, providing dental service to your patients and getting paid for it. And that would be the best thing you can do to the HR or for the HR department in your practice. If you find the information helpful, make sure you like and share it with your friends and colleagues. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel, turn notifications on so you can get notified when I release more videos. Thank you so much for listening. It means a lot to me.